it. And that is why I am here to maybe help someone, give you all a little something to think about on your journey. So, good morning and welcome, welcome. My name is Sakara Bay. I am a motivational speaker and author, and I am here with this week's Just Friday. Um, what is on my mind? This is the segment where I just kind of come right off the top of my head and talk about a few things that I have been thinking about. And I have been lately in my personal journey and my personal walk. Okay, I have to always give you guys a little insight of my life. And I have been embracing change. Yeah, I have been embracing change. I have been noticing change. And I'm like, wait a minute. I pray for change. I ask God to allow me to see things change for me. I want to see the fruits of my labor. Of course, we all do. That's just like waiting for your paycheck every 2 weeks. Imagine working and not getting paid. So, I do a lot, and I love to see the results of me doing a lot. Sometimes I see a major result. Sometimes I see little results, but all the time I see results. And just in light of where we are in our season of life, we are embarking on a brand new year. Like, we are so close to it being a whole nother year. And I know some people was like, well, it's still September, we still have to get through October and all of that. But these days are flying past. New Year's will be here before we know it. And I don't want change to overtake us. I don't want the change for us to be overwhelming, because I'm like, okay, God, I want to see things change in my life. I get bored easy. I'm the type of person that I just get bored easy. I have to switch up things just to keep it exciting for me. So I'm like the switch up queen. 1 minute you might see one thing, the next minute you might see something else, and it's only for my personal satisfaction. Is because I can't stay the same for too long. I'm like, okay, because I feel like if I stay the same for too long, something is happening and I don't know what's happening. I don't I'm trying to make it make sense. Like, I have to roll with it. Like, things have to be changing in order for me to be comfortable. Let me just say it like that. But change is inevitable. I know I probably got on here and talked about change before. And I don't know if I did a study on learning how to embrace change. But if I didn't, I'll definitely for sure look through my notes. And if I maybe even if I did do a study on change already, maybe I will revisit that and just dig up some of the things that I already took notes on as far as change is concerned. That is one thing that we don't like doing. And for most human beings, there is a gap in between where we are and where we want to be. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. We literally have to change who we are to become what we want to be. Just like millionaires or billionaires, in a process of people who have worked their way up to become wealthy, they literally had to change everything about themselves, like literally everything. When I look at documentaries and read books and look into the lives and the minds of wealthy and successful people, they are totally different from who they were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So it's not what you gain, it's who you become in the process. And you want to become a different person. So I don't want us to be afraid of change. We are changing seasons. We are like, this is hip, that, then now that part is happening too fast for me because I love warm weather. And I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't even get a chance to really pull out my long sleeves and jackets, and I'm cold out here. So I'm like trying to catch up with adjusting to the weather becoming like chilly overnight. My daughter turned on the heat for the first time this season yesterday. I'm like, well, y'all got the heat on. Normally, I'm the first one that turns on the heat because I absolutely hate being cold. And that's just one thing that we have to embrace. And as much as I don't like being cold, I'm ready for change. I really am, because I'm excited to see what lies on the other side. And I want us all to be at that place where we are excited to see what we are becoming of ourselves, be excited of our future, be excited of, the things that is happening with us. And if we are not excited about our upcoming future, then we are just out here surviving. We are not living. We're not living life to the fullest. So we are just day in and day out, and I'm just doing the necessary things that I have to do in order for me to survive. And that's not a good place to be in. And it's not a good place to be to get in our comfort zone and get settled down into where we are and all of that kind of stuff. Because when change is upon you, it's going to be shocking. And I don't want it to be shocking. I want us to be able to gracefully accept change. And I also want the change to be what we want it to be. I don't want it to be something that we just have to adapt ourselves to or adjust ourselves to. I want it to be change in a good way. The word change even sounds scary, like almost gave me a little bit of butterflies in my stomach just now with just saying change, because change is scary, but it's no getting around it. There is just no getting around the fact that one day or another, someday or another, we can try to prolong change as much as we want to, but there's no getting around the fact that life is changing, the world is changing, people are changing, our children, for those of us who have children, our children are becoming adults right in front of us. Trust me, I know, like, these things happen so quickly. One minute they're in your arms, next minute they're off just living their own lives, and that can be a hard adjustment too, especially as a parent. But it's no getting around it. It's going to happen. So I mean, what are we going to do about our change? And I want us to be able to think about what we want to become of ourselves. And you can be that person who have already earned your stripes in life. You did whatever you felt like you wanted to do to become a success, or whatever, and you feel like I did the everything that I wanted to do, but you still have room to modify things in your own life to make you happy. Change is a never ending thing. It just is. Like, we will continue to change until we are no more. And I don't want us to look at our bodies or look at our minds or look at our lives and it be a shock. Like, oh my goodness, what happened? What happened to my life? What happened to my body? What happened? Like, what's going on? You're changing. Everything around you is changing. Your neighborhood is changing. Some people are stuck in the neighborhoods that they grew up in or that they were born in or whatever. That neighborhood is not the same as it was 20 or 30 years ago. Like, you just old in your neighborhood at this point, because some people just don't like to move on and embrace change. And I don't think that is a good place to be, because whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. So by all means, it is going to happen. And I want us to be able to be in receiving mode, should I say. So we will be able to so we will be able to not only adapt to change, but make the change. Like, make the change what you want it to be. We are at the point of the year, and I'm just thinking about us embarking on a new year. If you want to see differences within yourself, we have to learn how to create better habits for ourselves. That is just something that has to be done. And it's the small things that leads up to the major impacts when we see the major impacts on our life is because we have made small changes within ourselves. So I don't want us to like set high goals for ourselves and then just try to make this big change. I want us to set a high goal or high standards, or want to create a major changes for ourselves. And I want us to be able to accept the reality that these things are only going to happen when we gradually work towards them slowly but surely. And I want us to be able to be consistent, because consistency is going to be key. That's why it is important that we accept the fact that these changes or the things that we want to happen, let's say our weight loss goals or our financial journeys or whatever, that we set out for ourselves, it is not going to happen overnight. And we have to learn how to create better habits for ourselves by taking baby steps. Basically, just taking baby steps and getting in a habit of doing better things with ourselves so we can become who we want to become. And I know it probably sounds immature, or it sounds like maybe this is like for children, I want to say, but this is for everybody, because there are all things that we need to do to make changes within ourselves. If you are a human being on the planet Earth, then you have room for a change, and I want us all to be happy. So whatever that change is going to be, I want it to be something that is going to bring pure joy and satisfaction to our lives. So let's embrace change today. That is just simply my message for today, is us to learn how to create better change for ourselves and embrace change so we can make our lives what we want it to be, and not so much just take it as it goes. Just take whatever, life hands us. There are going to be situations that are beyond our control, and things happen, and that is a part of life that we have to accept. But the majority of our life can be exactly what we want it to be. We have to be very purposeful about the things that we do on the regular basis so we can create the change that we want to see in our own lives. It's not for anybody else. It's your personal journey. It's for you. So that's one thing that I want us to think about on this Friday, is learning how to embrace change and create change. What kind of change are you going to create for yourself? What do you want to see differently for yourself that you want to happen that may not be very apparent for you right now, or you may be so far away from where you want to be? What are you willing to do to create consistency and to take baby steps and create new habits and setting realistic goals for yourself and starting somewhere? I beg of you, please do not wait until December 31st to start setting New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals. It's going to frustrate you, and you are not going to want to be committed to whatever you set your New Year's goals to. I'm not saying that everyone opts out of their New Year goals, but the majority of people don't follow through on their New Year's resolutions and their New Year's goal, because it's hard. It's hard to make a New Year's resolution on December 31st of one year and see it through to December 31st of the next year. And if we want to be realistic with ourselves, we need to be honest with the things that we need to do to create these change. We can want it, but wanting something and doing something and being very purposeful about creating these changes for ourselves, that is two totally different things. There's nothing wrong with wanting something, but just wanting it is not enough. So, I mean, I'm trying to help somebody today. I'm not trying to scare anyone into, jumping into their New Year's resolutions or anything like that. It is not for me, it's for you, for the thing that you really want to see happen in your life. And slowly but surely, you will see these things unfold for you. A lot of times, when we begin to create these new lives for ourselves, we do see the effectiveness of our disciplines almost instantaneously, even if they kind of slow down after a while. Initially, you will be so glad that you have started creating these brand new habits for yourself. You will feel better about yourself as a person, and you will be proud of yourself, and eventually you will see the major impacts that these small changes are making on your life. I'm so proud of myself right now. So I got on the scale yesterday and I was like, you lying. I'm like, I know that scale don't say what I think it says. So I got on another scale and I'm like, you lying. So I got on another scale and I was like, wow, that is amazing. I'm literally back down to the size I was 20 years ago, probably more than 20 years ago. I have not been this size in years. And I'm like, wow. And the only thing I can think of is me being consistent. Even no matter how many times I fell off, eat junk. I had to completely stop eating sweets altogether. I have to force myself to work out even when I'm too tired or even when I don't want to. And I am reaping the results of my hard work and consistency. And just that one thing, for example, I'm like, how did I reach the a New Year goal? I don't even know if I want to call it a New Year goal. I just reached a goal before the new year even came in. So by the time 2024 come in, I can focus on some of my other goals and continue to already be in the habit of living the new lifestyle that I have created, brand new habits for myself. And I know that it was consistency and commitment, and no matter how many times that I fell off, I always got back on. Changing my eating habits, getting used to eating better and being more active in my body, and just going 7 days a week from Sunday to Sunday. I'm going, and kind of just like molding my life where I want it to be. Someone asked me, like, how do you fit all of these things into your life? And it's just literally me molding my life to where I want it to be. I have a job. I go to work 5 days a week. I have 5 sons and 2 daughters that I love dearly and will do anything for. So someone needs me in some way, always. So I'm catering to my children. I'm maintaining my household. I am trying to stay healthy within my body. I'm staying active. I'm creating peace in my mind and all of that kind of stuff, whatever that takes. I am self-educating. I'm reaching out. I'm helping other people. I do a lot on the weekly basis, and I'm comfortable with the life that I have molded for myself because this works for me. I can fit these things into my life where it works for me. A lot of times, people make so many different excuses why they can't do the thing that they know they really need to do. And when I went out, I had such an amazing time talking about our insecurities when I went out and spoke this week. And one gentleman just kept saying, you're not talking about how hard it is to be successful. It is hard to be successful, but it's hard to be a failure too. It just is. Some people work just as hard to be a failure as others work to be a success. And we don't even realize that, like, we are digging a hole for ourselves and to live a life of lack and live without and not live by your own standards or your own means, and to not be satisfied with where you are in life. That is not easy. That is a very difficult place to be in. It's just that I guess we see it as being easier to not do the work because we become complacent and it's lazy. But just because you don't feel like getting up going to the gym, you gonna get up and have to do something. You gonna have to get up and go to the doctor, or you gonna have to get up and go to dialysis, or you might even have to end up getting up and getting on a stretcher and going to the emergency room. You gonna have to get up and do something. Like, you keep saying, I don't feel like it, is too hard, I don't feel like getting up. Eventually your hand is going to be forced. And it's just not easy. I saw my mother very, very sick, and she looked me right in my face and told me so many times, it is not easy being sick. And she could have done more, honestly, to maintain a better line of health for herself. And she was very complacent. I saw my mom be complacent. And no matter how many times we tried to tell her, she did things at a level that was comfortable for herself, and she loved her grandchildren dearly, and she kept saying she wanted to live for her grandchildren. And we know that we want to live a better life, but how bad do we want it, and what are we willing to do to obtain it? So we can want it. But if we are not taking the necessary steps, these things are not just going to happen for us. It is very gratifying to take the necessary steps to do things that we need to do to get to where we want to be in life. It is very gratifying of who you become, to watch yourself grow up and change. I was like just sitting in my chair with my TV off and my Alexa off and just reading a book one day, and I was like, I had to like look at myself like, who is this person? Like, I didn't even recognize myself. And it was by all means an absolutely wonderful thing to look at myself from being lost in the TV into doing something that is more healthier for myself, or that is going to help grow me in a major way. So I'm glad I'm spending less time watching TV and more time reading books. But it seems like it happened so fast that my head was spinning. Like, I didn't even recognize myself and who I was. Yes, it is more entertaining to watch a good movie on Netflix or whatever you enjoy most watching on TV, but it is more fulfilling to become to add the quality of value to yourself and to your life by doing things that are healthy for you, like exercising and reading books. Who wants to do those things? I know no one wants to do those things, but after a while of creating better habits for yourself, you are going to want to do it. It just becomes a part of you. So that's how I feel right now. It was different at first, definitely. I'm like, okay, like there were times that I would sit outside the gym and never even go inside. Like, I will pull up right in front of the gym and just like completely talk myself out of going inside. I haven't done that in a very long time, and I don't plan on going back to that bad habit. I didn't make a habit out of it. I didn't do it often, but I do remember times where I have done that, and I was very disappointed at myself. And that's not a good feeling, to be disappointed in yourself. You want to make you proud of you. That is just something that you want to do for yourself. You want to do things that you know that is going to make you proud of yourself. When you look at yourself, I am so glad that I took the time out to create these disciplines, to create new habits, and to create changes for myself. So this is not for anyone else. This is for you. This is your personal journey. This is between and you and God, and the things that you are asking God for. Faith without works is dead. We can have faith that things are going to get better. We can pray and we can want these things and we can ask God for these things for ourselves, but God wants to see how bad you want it. So please, by all means, don't wait until December to begin to create new habits for yourself. Be already well into getting comfortable with having created new habits for yourself by starting today. I did a consistency challenge. It was either a commitment challenge or a consistency challenge, whichever it was. It was baby steps. So for 2 minutes a day, I created a better habit for myself. And for the most part, it was like 30 days, a 30-day consistency challenge. And I want to say maybe 26 out of those 30 days, I was very consistent and committed to creating those changes. Some days it was like literally just that 2 minutes. I'm doing it because I'm trying to create better habits for myself, which doing that challenge, I was very effective with creating new habits for myself. And some days I went for 20 minutes. Some days it was just 2 minutes. A lot of days it was just 2 minutes. Some days it was 15 minutes. Some days it was 5 minutes. But all in all, I created better habits for myself just from that baby step commitment challenge, and is learning how to be committed to doing something. That's just like if you are bad with saving money and you want to save money, you don't have to save $100 every time you get paid. You can save $1 from each paycheck. It's just teaching yourself how to create better habits for yourself. Save $1, save $1, save $1, and you are telling yourself, I know how to save. I learned how to save. I am getting used to learning how to save. I am getting in the habit of saving $1 for myself. Before you know it, those $1 are going to add up and turn into, maybe even $100 out of each pay or whatever. And you will have a nice little cushion of savings for yourself because you have taught yourself that discipline, and it can all start from $1. So we think change is like this big, scary monster that is coming to get us, and it is not. We can do small things to create better lives for ourselves. The only thing that we must do with creating better lives for ourselves is, if you don't stay consistent, you won't create change. It's not going to happen if you just do it one time and stop. That's just not how it goes. We have to continue to do it, to push forward, to move forward, whatever it is that we know we have to do to get to where we want to be. And once you have accomplished that goal, just like I am right here up on my weight goals, I want to embark on something else. I want to tackle something else, which I'm already in the midst of doing. I want to maintain this healthier lifestyle that I created for myself, and I want to become healthier in different areas of my life and continue to create change and do the things that I know that I want to do. And you will be happier. You will be happier with not only doing the things that you have to do on the regular basis. We got to go to work. We got to pay our bills. We have to maintain our households and take care of our families and all of that kind of stuff. And sometimes that stuff is not always so fun because it's not personal. It's not only for us. We're doing it because we have to do it. But we know we want to be healthier. We want to be happier. We want to have more peace in our life and all of this kind of stuff. When we start doing things personal for our personal journey that is going to make us more fulfilled within ourselves, that don't have nothing to do with the outside world and the things that we are obligated to doing, life is way worth more living. It feels like life is worth living way more when we are doing things for our personal selves. So these are things that you want to do. So when creating new goals for yourself, I want us to be able to sit down and think about what we really want for ourselves and what do we really want for our lives. And that is the thing that I want us to tackle, to go after head first. I really want this for myself. I haven't been doing it. I've been putting it on the back burner. I've been helping everybody else and doing things for everybody else. I believe that it's time for me to buckle down and start doing things for me to make me happy. We are in a new day. We are in a new age. We cannot get around the fact that everything is changing. Embrace the new. Get out of some of your old ways, because that is not going to help you adapt to the things that is going on in the future. And I'm not saying do whatever everybody else is doing or keep up with the Joneses or any of that, but we need to embrace the things that is happening now in today's day and age. And I'm talking to some of our seasoned folk too. You ain't the only one. I got gray hairs popping out everywhere, and I want to be able to. I want to feel fresh and brand new and happy and alive. I don't want to feel like, I love oldies. I love Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross and all of that kind of stuff, and the whispers and the things that I grew up hearing my mother listen to and all that stuff. But I like listening to new music too. I like listening to new things and embracing new things. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel alive. So don't sit there and just like be stuck in this life that you were used to living and getting your comfort zone, that you just don't feel alive and living on the inside. You don't want to just be alive. You want to live as well. You want to feel like things are fresh and brand new, and things are happening for you, and you are adapting and embracing the changes that are being created in your life, and be very purposeful about creating those changes for yourself as well. So don't just wait for things to happen. Make them happen. Make them happen in a way that you want them to happen. Allow that to be the change. Like, we can change our life into what we want it to be, instead of it just happening, like just going with the flow. So that is what we don't want to do. So that is what I was thinking about today. I am up to my half an hour right now. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time on this Friday, Fall Friday, where we are just embracing the change of the leaves and the trees and the wind and everything that is happening in life right now. Things are going to change, and I want us to be able to change too, in a graceful and peaceful and humble way. So do that for you. So that is it, you guys. Really quickly before I pop off of here, good morning. Good morning. Thank you all who decided to jump on and view this Friday morning motivational message. If you did not catch all of it, I suggest that you go back and replay it from the beginning. I believe this is a message for everyone, and I truly believe in my heart that this message on change is going to help somebody. So let me just shout out my YouTube channel and my books, and I am out of here. If you have not yet, going to True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, tell your neighbor, tell your friends. My YouTube channel, I am just so blessed and grateful by the progress that I even made. Has been maybe a little over a year, probably coming up on a year and a half, where I have became a YouTuber, and I have hundreds of thousands of views, over 600 subscribers, over 1,000 videos. So I have been very consistent on my YouTubing journey, and I am reaching people all over the world. And I am really grateful for the progress that I have made in that year and a half. So go to True Value Knowing Your Worth. Like, share, and subscribe. My books are available and on sale on Amazon. So my first book is True Value Knowing Your Worth. That is basically my testimony and the things that I have done to overcome. And if you know that you have been stuck in the same place, then you want to read True Value Knowing Your Worth. If you think that you can't do the thing that you know you want to do, you will see how possible that thing is for you to obtain after you read True Value Knowing Your Worth. So my second book is Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. My third book is called Feed Your Soul, and that is your personal guide to health and wellness. If you want to embark on a fitness journey, it will allow you to mentally look at your health and your life in a different aspect, probably from the way that you are looking at it right now. And everything starts in the mind. You have to become health conscious before you become healthy physically. So Feed Your Soul will help guide you on your journey to becoming a healthier person. It will allow you to look at your life, your body, and your health in a whole new way, so you can be more comfortable with embarking on your health journey. My fourth book is called Religiously, and that's my favorite. I love Religiously. I really do. And that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion, maybe because I am a spiritual being, which we are all spiritual beings, but I am not afraid to tap into the spiritual side of me. I really enjoyed writing that book, and I am currently reading it right now, and it is really doing something for me to be sitting here reading one of the books that I created months after I have published it, and it's a good book. So that is Religiously, taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. All of them are available and on sale on Amazon, and you can Google those titles and they will come right up. You can take a peep inside the books before you even purchase them. Either way, I just think you should check them out one way or another. But thank you. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your views. Thank you for tuning in and allowing me to feel like my work is not being gone in vain. It is not easy to get up and do these things on a regular basis. Sometimes I am up really late at night, and oftentimes I have to get up really early in the morning, and I try to be very consistent with doing those things regardless to whatever is happening, going on in my life and all of that kind of stuff. I still adjust myself to being consistent with doing these things. I never know who heart I may touch in the process of me reaching out, giving my testimony, giving someone some kind of hope for, a better future. Someone may feel hopeless or at the point of committing suicide or whatever. And I just really want someone to know that there is hope for you, because I come from a dark place and I know what it feels like to feel hopeless. And today I'm happy and I am very blessed, and God has brought me a long way. And I know that if He did it for me, then He will do it for someone else as well. So that is it, you guys. God bless you. I love you. Enjoy your weekend. Before I get off, I will probably most likely take all of next week as a vacation. I am going out of the country for the week, and I don't want to completely not get on and show some kind of motivation while I am on vacation, but I really need to take a vacation and take some time out for myself. So shout out to my son. He's having a destination wedding, and I get to see my son get married and relax on an island for a few days. So that is what next week is going to look like for me. I will for sure miss you guys, and look forward to coming back and just getting the start that I need, maybe come up with some brand new ideas. And I don't know, I am really looking forward to coming back. But I do need this vacation. So God bless you and I love you. Don't look for me on on Wednesday for a life lesson, and probably not on next Friday either, but the following week I will be back fresh and brand new. So God bless you. I love you. In the meantime, stay blessed.